Hi guys, welcome back to the Python tutorial. So in this video tutorial, I'm going to explain a Python list. So in this tutorial, we'll learn what is Python list and how to declare list, how to access the elements in the list, and some of the operations in list. So now first we have to understand what is the list. So like in Python, list is to store the sequence of various types of data like integer, string, character, and float. Like in Python, list are mutable. It means we can modify the its elements after it is created. Like in like it consists of six types of data types capable to store the sequences. Like we can use all the data types to store the values in the list. So the most common reliable type is the list only in Python. So list I'll do like a definition of the list. So list can be defined as like a collection of values or items of different data types. So here different data types in the sense like string, number, boolean. So these are the different data types. So the items in the list are separated with the comma operator. So here we are using the comma operator to separate the list elements, and with the help of brackets, square brackets, so we are representing the list. And I'll show an example here how to define the list. So I'll open the PyCharm ID and I created the hello.py file. So here I will show how to define the elements in the list. So I will take L variable, and this is the syntax. This is the syntax for defining the list. So now I will take values in the list items. So we can call items here. So hello world I will take hello. So I will take different types of data here. 3.3, this is the floating point, and I am taking the boolean value also. So now I will try to print the list. So you will notice that we printing the list items here. So now I will confirm that whether the this created form is in the form of list or tuple or any other data types. So for that we already explained in previous video. If you are not checked that video, you can go and watch it and then come back to this video. So we use for that, we use the type functions here to check the type of data. So I'm taking the type of L. So now it will display class as list. So we can check here. So it represents that we are using a list here. and and some of the characteristics of the list are list are in ordered, and the elements can be accessed by index. So list elements can be accessed by using index also. And list are like a mutable type, so we can add or modify the list. So that's we call list is mutable, but whereas in string is immutable, we cannot change or modify the existing value. So list can store the number of various elements. So for that, list is a important data structure in the Python. So now I will do one more example. Like, oh, just a minute. Now I will going to explain the list indexing, how indexing works in list. So I will take yellow nil, and I will specify the sum of the elements in the list. Okay, this is my list. Okay, so I will print my list, and I will right now I will comment this earlier code. So I will start with fresh code. So here I will perform the some of the indexing operations in list. How indexing works in that. So for that, now I will print the complete list here. So you can notice here all the elements will be going to print here. So I will change here. Okay. So now I will access the element with the help of indexing, that is called list indexing. So list L1 of 0 means first element will be displaying here. So you can notice here, this is the first element in the list. So list start from 0 and 1 index. So this is the 0th index, this is the 1 index and 2, and goes on like. And in Python it supports the in negative index also. So from 8th onwards this is considered as a negative index. So -1, -2, -3, -3, and till the end. So I will print the negative index also. So list one of -1. So this prints the last element, that is 8 element. See, you can notice here, this is the negative index in Python. And now I'll yeah, slicing operator. So we can use a slicing operator also in Python. So now I will show one example how to use a slicing operator in Python. Print list one of, this is the slicing operator. So if I'll use 0, all the elements from 0 to all, I'm printing the elements here. So here you can notice here. So if I want only 0 to only 2 elements I want, so I will specify here 2. So it will print 1 and 1, 2 and 3 elements here. Sorry, 1 and 2 elements, because list index start from 0. So 0 and 1. So it will take 2 elements. So next, yeah, even like in list, we have the two indexes. As I told, there is a negative index and positive index. Like positive index in the sense forward direction from 0, 1, 2, and this is called a forward index. And backward index in the sense like at the end will start from -1, -2, minus like this. This is the backward induction. So now I will show the updating the list values. So as I earlier explained, the list is a mutable, means we can change the value and we can append, we can insert the values. So like that's the for this reason list can be considered as a versatile data structure in the Pythons, since because of they are mutable and their value can also be updated by using slice operator, and you can use like assignment operator also to update the values. Now Python are like Python provides the some of the methods like called append method and insert method, so which can be used to add the value to the list. So now I will use the append and insert method to demonstrate this updating the list values here. So now I will take one example, so I will explain you how this works in Python. Now right now I'm commenting this code, so I'm using this one. So now I am defining list as a variable and specifying the elements. So I declared and stored these elements in the list variable. So now here I am printing the list. So now I will assign value to the list of 2. This is I'm updating the value here. So first of all I will explain you each line by line so that we can understand easily. So you can notice here I'm printing the list values. So this is I'm assigning the value to a list and printing the values. Now I will update the value to 10 and I will print the list. So you can notice here I'll update the second index section. This is 0th index, this is 1 index, and this is second index. So list of 2 means it's second index. So second index instead of 3, see you can notice here 3 to I updated to 10. So this is the list updation, so using assignment operator. So I used here assignment operator with the help of indexing. Next next I will explain you like adding multiple elements, how to add multiple elements like using the slice operator. So I'll comment this one now. So now you can notice here, so I am adding the 89 and 73. at the index of 1 to 3. So we can notice here, so I will print this. See, so list index 1, so 1 to 3 means, so this is the 0th index, this is the first index or to element which is present in 1th index is 2, so I am updating that 89, so 89 and 79 respectively, that is the third last index, so I am printing here. So now, so I will perform the some I will perform, like I will add the elements at end of the list. So to add the end of the list, we have, as I earlier explained, a list index, they can be forward direction and a backward directions. So now I am using backward direction, that means negative index. So I will adding the 25 in the backward index. So then after that I'm printing the list. See, you can see here. So 25 is added at the end of the list. Now, if I want to add one more element to the list, so I will change the list index. You can notice here. See, I want to add at the fifth index. I want to add 250 number. So it will be adding fifth index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will add here. So it will add here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in tooth number it will add the 250 number. See, you can notice here. This is called updating the list by using backward directions. So list is the most important data structure in Python because it is a, we can update values and we can use the different type of data structure values like string, tuple, and boolean values and everything. So now I will use the how to remove or delete the elements. So element can be deleted by using the del keyword, and Python provides even us to remove method. If we do not know the which element is to be deleted, so that time we can use the remove element. So now I will going to demonstrate the delete keyword, how to use delete and remove method. So I'll take one example. So I'll comment these codes, and see, now I am taking one list and printing the one list. Okay, here, and then I'm adding the second value to the second index. So here I am adding, and I'm printing the. I'm then multiplying the elements. Multiple elements. I think 1 second. Yeah. Okay, 1 second, guys. So now I will demonstrate the like remove and remove method and delete function. So remove is due to we need to pass the which element we want to remove from the list. So here I am passing the this name Ramesh as a name, so I am removing that name here, and I am printing the list. Like in delete, what happens, it will delete the entire list. So now I will show everyone. I will run and show the how it works. So now we can notice here. See, so in first, so I'm printing the this one list. So this statement will print the list here, and in next statement, list dot li dot remove Ramesh means it will remove the name from the list. So now after removing, I'm printing the elements. So now after that the statement here, what happens in delete statement, it will delete the entire list. But so after deleting entire list, I'm printing list only. So after deleting the list, if I'm try to print, then it will obviously give an error list saying that name li is not defined because I deleted the list here. So this is the example of remove and delete method. So now I will demonstrate one more example. I'm sorry, remaining some other operations like how to iterate and how to change values in the list. So, so now I will how to I will use indexing method to change the value. So here I will use the indexing method. So list of Ella is equal to, you have to mention here index here, not 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 in 6. So I'll do something here, 50 values, and I'm printing the list. So you can notice here. So instead of this, I'm change the value Ramesh to the 50 value. So by using index. So next operations, I'm using the loop. How to loop list, like so if I have n number of elements, I want to iterate the loop in Python. So for this, I'm using one for loop for I in li, means that is list. So I'm printing the list, that is I, because the all the value items coming one by one and storing in I variable. So next I am printing the I variable. So you can notice here I am printing 1 month value. So this is the loop in Python list. Now I'll use the in operator to check the whether the element exists in the list or not. So by using in operator, so we were checking the whether elements present in the or not. So now I will comment this code. So this is my list, original list. So I'll, okay, I will update here, update it. Okay, no problem. So now I will check the if number, whichever number. So I will take 5 number, 5 in li, means, so I'm checking whether file number is present in list or not. If it is present, so I'll print something, or it I will print nothing. Print yes, present, present, and if it is not present, so I will print not, else, sorry, not present. So now it will give the answer as present because 5 is present in the list. So I will run program. So you can notice here because 5 is present. So if I'm taking which is not present in the list, so I will get the else part, that is not present. So you can notice here this is the not present. So this is the which is a in Python list to check the whether item exist in list or not. Now we going to demonstrate list length functions. So length to determine the, so how many items it has the, and it will check the total length of the elements, how many elements are present in the list. Now I will comment as of now this code. So I will print the len of, there is a function called len of list. I have to pass the list. So it will print the how many elements present in the list. So you can see 7 elements are there in the list. See, we can count manually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See, it will printing the 7 elements. So this is the list for length function in list. So now I will add the function by using append. There is a function called append to add the elements. So this adds the at the end of the list. So this append function adds the element in the list at the end. So now I will add some elements. Now so I will add the some elements, list dot append. See, again I'll add at 50. I last I will add 100 element here. So I'll print the list. So at last I added the 100 elements. See, you can see here. So and even length becomes changed because I added one more element at the end. So append function used to add the element at the end of the list. Next, next we have the insert functions. So insert method used to add the item in between, whichever, like by using the position or index, by using that one, so we can insert the elements at which position we want to insert. So now I will show one more example to insert the elements. So I want to insert element. So list dot insert. So insert, we have to specify the here position. So which position you want. So this is the position, and comma. So element we want to insert 500. I want to insert now. After that, I will print the list here. So now I will run the program. So you can see here in the second index, that is 0 and 1, that is second index. So I am adding the 500 element. This is using insert function. So by using append function, we can add only at the end of the list, and by using insert function, we can add whichever position we want by using the insert functions. Now, yeah, okay. Now I will explain you clear functions. So it will clear the entire list. Now I will use here list dot clear. See, clear. I will print the list. So there is no elements in the list. You can see the empty list. So all the elements should be clear. All the elements are cleared. Now I will going to show how to copy from one list to another list. For that we have the method called the dot copy for, sorry, only copy functions. So I will copy. So here list, in list one I have the elements of these elements. So I will comment these things so better understanding. So for better understanding, I will take one example. So this is my list. This contains the items in the list. Now I will print my list. Print this list. Okay. So you can notice here I'm able to get these output. So now I will copy this my list to my list. So I'll use here my list. So my list, I will use my list as a keyword. Sorry, not in keyword. So variable. So I want to store this keyword, this list items in my list. So this dot list dot copy. So copy. So this my list, I'm copying this list items to my list. Now I will try to print the my list. And you can notice here I will print here also. So yeah, see, this is from my list. So for more specific, I will write here some statement. I am from my list. Okay, sorry, my system got stuck. Okay, this is I am from my list. Okay, I will print now I will print to differentiate. Okay, let's see. So this is the original list. This list is the variable name, and for this one here my list. So I copied by using copy function here. So this is the example of copying, and now I will use the plus operator to join two lists together. So now I will use here plus operator. So how to do that? So I will demonstrate here. So I will take the s variable and I will store this list plus my list. So now I will print the s. So you can see that. So I'm using the combining the two lists. So this is called plus concatenating two lists or joining two lists together. Now after joining to list, this operation performed. Oh, okay. So okay, I think yeah, this much is this. I think almost all operations are completed. So now these topics completed in list. So now next upcoming in upcoming. So I will be explaining next data type. Thank you for watching videos.